Just looking quickly at a verse that's in the book of Jeremiah in the Old Testament. And Jeremiah is speaking to some of the people, and they've got a plan to try and escape problems. And in Jeremiah chapter 42, verse 13, it says, however, if you say, we will not stay in this land, and so disobey the Lord your God, and if you say, no, we will go and live in Egypt. And so they were talking about escaping and getting out of the situation. And Jeremiah says, if you're going to make that choice, not to stay where you are, but to feel that you've got a quick get out and an escape, God's actually saying that's not the thing to do right now. And that's not the easy option. Now, sometimes God speaks very clearly and says, like, I want you to go there and make that decision and that decision. Of course, we know that Jesus, as a child, was fled to Egypt. He was taken by his parents as a refuge, and it saved his life. And so we're not saying that they're sort of like doing one particular thing, making a particular choice, as long as it's not sinful and wrong. It's not about the actual decision of going there. It's more about a decision of doing something that's not being in obedience to God at that time. And so Jeremiah was trying to tell them, look, if you go this direction and you think you can take things into your own hands and you can sort out the problem yourself, and you're not really listening to God and you're not really wanting to hear what God's telling you to do, then it's not going to go well. There isn't some quick escape button that you can press and you can kind of avoid getting God's help in the situation, but you need to really find out what he wants you to do right now. And so they made the decision. They thought, we've got a great escape route, everything's going to be fine, we can survive this way, we can turn things around, it can all be in our hands, we can do it our way, and we'll forget what God's saying to us. And of course it doesn't go well for them, and it becomes a bit disastrous. So I just want to encourage us, really. It's really important to seek God's wisdom in situations, and I think there are very definite rights and wrongs. Some of those things are very clear. The Bible's very clear about what's right and what's wrong, and makes it really clear to us. And one of the rights and wrongs really is, did I pray? Did I really ask for God's guidance? Was I listening to him? Am I working in unison with what he wants at this time? Am I getting good advice? Am I listening to wise counsel? Those kind of things are important. And these people were, in a sense, they were rushing off to try and solve the problem themselves, but not wanting to listen to God, not wanting to listen to what God was going to say through Jeremiah, they knew to be God's person, speaking into the situation, but they just wanted to take hold of the situation themselves and make their own decisions. So I pray that we would be really listening to what God is saying and obedient. It might be that taking a certain direction is a good thing, but let's just listen clearly to what God is guiding us to. There's things which are obviously wrong, and things which are not automatically wrong, but it matters where our heart's at that point. Is our heart in a good place? Are we listening to what God is saying? Are we seeing things from his point of view? So I pray that God would guide us and make it clear to us in every step that we take. And we'd have his sense of peace as well. We'd just have a sense of knowing his peace in his plan and walking forward, and be able to walk step by step in God's best for our lives. So bless you, and I pray today that you would hear God's voice.